The grandson looked at the grandfather in the coffin, and couldn't accept the fact that his grandfather had passed away, so he advised no one around, sneaking a mobile phone into Grandpa's pocket. After Grandpa was buried, the boy missed him too much. I couldn't help but send a text message to my grandfather. He just put down his phone. Suddenly, there was lightning and thunder outside. Early the next morning, the boy serendipity the message he sent to his grandfather. I actually received a response. There are some strange letters on it. He quickly went downstairs to find his father, tell him that Grandpa may not have died. But my father said, "Are you okay with your head?" When my father saw the text message from my grandfather, guess it could be a telecommunications malfunction, and the forensic doctor has already dissected Grandpa's body. He died of a sudden heart attack. However, this cannot dispel the boy's doubts, because those letters were secret words that he and Grandpa only knew about. The boy came to his grandfather's cemetery. Take out your phone. Dial my grandfather's phone number, then lie on the ground and listen carefully. There are indeed familiar doubts coming from below. That text message was indeed replied to by Grandpa. But what exactly is going on here? Is Grandpa still alive? He came to Grandpa's villa, looking for clues, but it turned out to be nothing. He can only comfort himself. Maybe it's really a telecommunications malfunction. In a blink of an eye, a month has passed. The boy has gradually forgotten about this matter, until the school anniversary. The boy danced with the class flower, angered the school bully. The school bully forcibly dragged him outside, a punch and kick. Finally, he crossed his hands, and pressed them onto the ground. Please remember this posture. The boy returned home aggrieved. I called my grandfather by some strange means, crying about today's experience. I'm afraid I'll be beaten up again in the future. I hope this guy disappears from here on. I was just complaining. Unexpectedly, the school bully died the next day. The death is extremely eerie. Cross hands on the ground, the same way he was bullied. Is it really Grandpa's manifestation? The boy called his deceased grandfather, saying that the school bully bullied him. The next day, strange death of school boss. When I die, I cross my hands and lie on the ground. It's the same way the boy was bullied. After learning the truth, the boy is constantly distracted. The teacher noticed his unease, comfort him and say, "This is just an accident. Don't put too much pressure on yourself." The boy understands the teacher's intentions, but he understands in his heart, all of this is related to Grandpa. At night, he called his grandfather again. After talking about a lot of worries, just put down the phone. Grandpa actually called back. He was so scared that he didn't even dare to take it, until the bell ends. He just mustered the courage to pick up his phone. Who knew that at this moment, Grandpa sent another text message, scared the boy out in a cold sweat. He crouched down to check the content of the text message. Grandpa told him, "I will solve all the people who hurt you for you." But at this point, the boy was extremely scared in his heart. He doesn't want his grandfather to continue killing people. So I ran to the phone store, and replaced my old phone with a new one, even changed to a new number. He called his grandfather with his new phone. After seeing the call failure, that's when I breathed a sigh of relief. But he's also afraid of losing his old phone. I won't be able to talk to Grandpa anymore, so he bought his old phone back. Put it in your own storage box for collection. 5 years have passed in a blink of an eye. The boy never contacted Grandpa again, devoted to studying. Through hard work, admitted to the desired university, he told his father, coming to a big city alone, preparing to start a new campus life. Until this day, father called. The female teacher who took good care of him in high school had a car accident while traveling with her Finky, died on the spot. The boy hurried back to attend the funeral, but unexpectedly learned that the perpetrator was a drunk driver, but because of having a good dad, under a series of operations, sentenced to only 6 months in prison, and it's in an extremely luxurious alcohol rehabilitation center. This is no different from a vacation. Angry Ziosai returns home. Flip out that phone. I called my grandfather again, tell the story to Grandpa, and then he expressed his wish. The governor's son, worth billions, died mysteriously in the bathroom. The body twisted strangely. The boy was shocked to learn about this matter. I always feel like I killed the other person, although this person deserves his death. But people are really dead. The boy felt very uncomfortable in his heart, so he came to the alcohol rehabilitation center, spent 200 yuan to learn from the gatekeeper. Turns out the perpetrator committed suicide, but strangely enough, he died by swallowing half a piece of soap while taking a shower. The police believe that he was killed by a collision, inner guilt, causing a mental breakdown. When the boy asked about the brand of soap, the guard said it's like soap. The boy couldn't believe it after listening, because the brand of this soap was the favorite used by female teachers during their lifetime. The boy became increasingly certain that one of his own phone calls had killed someone. He couldn't bear his inner chagrin, coming to Grandpa's tomb again, continuously repenting of one's actions, for one's own selfish desires. Who turned Grandpa into a murderer? However, the boy just returned home, unexpectedly received a text message from my grandfather. The end of this text message ISS, which means stop. Grandpa is telling him it's time to end. The boy also made his own decision. He came to the lake. Take out your phone. Forcefully thrown into the lake. This is his final farewell to his grandfather. At this moment, there was only one wish in his heart: "I hope my pocket is empty when I die." This concludes the movie. The title of this film is Mr. Harrigan's Phone Call, adapted from the novel of the same name by horror master Stephen King. There is not a single violent and bloody scene in the entire article, but it makes people shudder. The complexity of human heart is not black or white. We must always learn to reconcile with sorrow and injustice.